The Warriors lost a tough one to the Phoenix Suns for the NBA season opener. The Phoenix Suns did defeat the Warriors 108-104. I am your host of Warriors Today, Allie, Barefoot. I'm going to be giving you an instant reaction following this loss, but also breaking down the fact that the Warriors need to address a big problem as the regular season does go on. But first, let's take a look at the leading scores from tonight's game. Of course, Devin Booker went crazy. Dropped a 30-piece in the first night. Kevin Durant, welcome back to the Chase Center. Boom, 18 points right there. And then Okogie, he dropped 17 points as well. If you look on the other hand, of course, Steph Curry is going to be your leading scorer. He dropped 27 points. This is where it gets confusing to me and pretty disappointing. Klay Thompson, 15 points. Chris Paul, 14 points. 0 for 6 from the three-point line. Klay Thompson, 6 for 18 from the field. That is garbage numbers for two veterans, especially Chris Paul, who you just picked up in the offseason. I get it. He had 9 assists, so I'll take that. But Klay Thompson, yeah, I need more from you because you're now fighting for a contract extension, and those numbers right there are not telling Mike Dunleavy to sign you at all. This, of course, was the box score into why the Phoenix Suns did end up beating the Warriors 108-104, and it was close. It went back and forth the entire fourth quarter, so I'm not saying this should be, oh my God, panic mode, but this was a tough loss. I want you guys to comment your one-word reaction to the Warriors' loss, what you just saw, how you're feeling, if you're nervous, if you're concerned, if you're worried, if you're okay. Overall, I was disappointed. When you go 4-1 in the preseason, Allie, it's the preseason. I get it, but the Warriors have a lot of talent, not only in their starting five, but on their bench. The Phoenix Suns do not have that much bench players, and they were without Bradley Beal. The Warriors were without Draymond Green, so if both of those players play, and this is a very different game, but overall, I was disappointed in multiple players, and I was more disappointed in the front office for allowing the Warriors to have 13 players in their roster when they should have 14, and they still don't have a big. Because when you look at these numbers, they had 18 assists, 60 rebounds, which is fine. That's good. 35% from the field? Are you kidding me? And I will be honest, the Warriors took good shots. They didn't fall. And that's tough, but you got to find a way around that. If that means you have to drive more, then drive more and stop shooting from some perimeter. 23%? You took 43 shots from the perimeter and you made 10 of them? That's horrible. Especially when you've got people like the Splash Brothers on your team. This looks like somebody like the fucking Thunder. That's terrible to have the Warriors and be shooting that many points. And plus, when you look at the Phoenix Suns, they completely dominated. They out-rebound us. They shot better from the field. They shot better from the three-point line. Overall, the Phoenix Suns looked better than the Warriors in this game. The Warriors were without Draymond Green. I don't think this will be how it will be the entire season. It's the first game. I am completely aware of that, and they're gonna get better. But first, they have to get bigger. The Warriors desperately need a big. This has been a conversation in the offseason. This is something Mike Dunleavy knows. Steve Kerr knows. Kevon Looney was fine. Flat out fine. He could have been a lot better. Jonathan Kuminga got into foul trouble early. The turnovers were limited for the entire Warriors team, which is fine. But you got played because you didn't have a big. You didn't have anybody to go up against KD. And when you look at somebody like Nurkic, who also got 14 points, 14 rebounds, he had great numbers, 62% from the field and 50% from the three. And plus, he got to the line multiple times because they were giving him and ones like candy. He was being defensively big, and we had no one to go up against him. And I understand Draymond Green was out, which will make a difference, even though he's not, 7'3" or anything, but he does make a difference on defense. But overall, Nurkic and Kevin Durant just looked bigger against the Warriors. So I want you guys to name a big the Warriors should trade for. It's getting to that point where you may have to give up some assets to get a big like that. You may have to give up an asset like Klay Thompson to be able to get a good big. Because if you're relying on the waiver wire, that's not good enough at this point. You need a good, solid big. While you're at it, subscribe to the channel because we're going to be bringing you daily Warriors news, rumors, updates, anything you possibly need to know about Dub Nation. You can find right here at Chat Sports, and we also do watch parties for most of the games heading into the regular season. All you got to do is hit that sub button for me. Now, I want to talk about Moses Moody. Can he be the next great Warrior? Can he be another missing link for the Warriors heading out? Because I'll tell you what, the first game of the season, he looked good. But first, I want to know how your Prize Picks looked. They are the sponsor on Warriors Today. I played Prize Picks for the first NBA game, and I hope you guys did too, because it's so easy to use. All you have to do is pick between 2 to 6 players, projected stats, just click more or less. That's literally all you have to do. These were my Prize Picks heading into the night. Of course, I did take some for the NBA opening night. I already hit the Steph Curry more than half a point, which was a Prize Picks deal. Great deal. We got to wait until tomorrow to see if Drew Holiday hits less than 15.5 points. But these are my picks. I want to see yours. All you have to do is go to prizepicks.com/CLNS. Use promo code CLNS, and you can win a first-time deposit match up to $100 and watch yourself win some real money in real time. Now, Moses Moody, he came off the bench. He had 11 points. He had 3 rebounds. He was doing the damn thing. I loved how he looked tonight. He was getting on the floor diving for balls. He was diving out of bounds to put balls in. There was one play he dove out of bounds to throw the ball back in bounds, and Dario had no idea it was coming. I loved everything I saw from Moses Moody tonight, but I didn't see him enough, which is something that's a Steve Kerr problem they're going to have to address. Once again, this isn't anything crazy flashy for how I'm talking about Moses Moody tonight, but he was a momentum changer. He 100% was, and he went 50% from the three-point line, which was better than somebody like Klay Thompson. Chris Paul went 0 for 6, and he stayed in the game for the majority of the time. Moses Moody was actually making a difference on the court, defensively, offensively, completely well-rounded, and he didn't play as many minutes as I possibly would have given him. If you want to see more Moses Moody, type MM in the comments. Show him some love. I would love to see Moses Moody have some more minutes. I'm still on the JK train. That hasn't gone away yet. But tonight, I liked Moses Moody a lot better. And he's been a little quiet. He needed to kind of have this breakout game. So I'm still waiting for him to get more minutes. Type it in the comments, MM, if you want to see him play more. The Warriors need Draymond back. I knew it was going to happen. I knew at some point during Draymond's injury recovery that I was going to say, wow, we missed Draymond. It came on the first night. Like I said, the Warriors have a big problem. They need another big. But you also need the defensive asset in Draymond Green. He plays big, and that counts. He could have absolutely been somebody to guard KD. At one point, I saw Chris Paul guarding KD. You can't do that. Not when this man is dropping 18 points and he's grabbing 10 boards. You need somebody like a Draymond Green who is going to aggressively push him. And he has a big body. Kevon Looney is probably the biggest body that you have out there. Draymond Green, I would say, is probably next. He's got some muscle on him. He can go in the paint and go up with these guys. But you also have to think about it in the fact that Devin Booker was the leading scorer. He's got to go to everyone. You have to guard everyone, including Devin Booker. A guard was the leading scorer tonight, not even a center. So you still have to address the guards have to be guarding guards. And he was getting layups like easy money. He could drive to the basket anytime he wanted, and if he wasn't making that shot, he was getting fouled immediately. Devin Booker ate that up, and he should have. The Warriors weren't stopping him, so why not keep going? You put a body like Green in the paint, I guarantee you it forces him outside of the perimeter, which he's still lethal there too, but it's not as many points because he was getting layups like nobody's business. And I was disappointed in this guy. Klay Thompson, I was disappointed in you and your performance. The fact that you made 6 shots out of 18, you can't be inconsistent like that, especially not leaving Steph Curry out there to do everything for you. He used to be able to lock these guys up. He used to be a contender. I didn't see that from him tonight. 15 points, 7 rebounds, and let me tell you, it took a while to get to 15 points too. This wasn't off the bat. He got hot like Klay Thompson does, and then he started shooting shit that didn't want to go in, and he started shooting stuff that didn't need to be shot. He looked sloppy. These are terrible percentages for Klay Thompson. And I hate to ask it, do you think Klay Thompson is finally washed up? Type Y for yes, type N for no. I might have to lean yes after what I just saw, because after giving everything in the offseason about your contract extension, you're going to come out with that game? That's a tough question for me. I got to ask it. Let me know in the comments. Type Y for yes, type N for no. While you're at it, just go ahead and subscribe to this channel. Everything Warriors Nation you can find right here on Warriors Today by Chat Sports. We're going to be bringing you live updates. We're going to be giving you trade rumors, free agency, anything you possibly need, you can find right here. So hit that sub button.